I'm Jenny from the Homegrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine, and I want to introduce you to one of my great pals, Mullein. If you've been dabbling in herbal medicine for any amount of time, then you've already met this guy. He's probably gotten you out of a couple of jams already. This is one of the most incredible plants for any kind of respiratory ailment. The Native Americans used to burn the crushed leaves and inhale the smoke for asthma. It's got really wonderful anti-inflammatory properties. It's antiviral. It has action against the influenza viruses and some of the coronaviruses. And it's a really wonderful antibacterial, especially against the strep bacteria or the pathogen that causes bacterial pneumonia. So when you have a really painful, tight cough, it just relaxes the lining of your lungs and decreases the pain. And also, it's the most phenomenal expectorant because it loosens up the mucus and it affects the cilia, which is the hair-like tissue that covers your upper respiratory tract. It increases the motility and helps you move that mucus up and out of your lungs. So absolutely phenomenal for coughs, colds, influenza, COPD. Absolutely wonderful. The leaves and the flowers are especially good for respiratory complaints. I use the leaves almost exclusively just because they're so much easier to harvest. The flowers are a little trickier. This is a first-year mullein. Mullein is a biennial, not a perennial, not an annual. So that means it has a 2-year life cycle. And in the first year, it's going to form this low leafy rosette close to the ground. And in the second year, it is going to bolt up, make seeds, and die. So if we want to talk about the root, which is also an incredible medicine, it's great for toning the bladder, so it's great for incontinence, and it is used for back pain. So that's what we'd use the root for. If we're going to harvest the root, because it's a biennial, we are going to do it the fall of the first year or the spring of the second year before it bolts and starts putting all of its energy into its aerial parts. So I can show you a second year over here. So this is a second year mullein plant, and he has had a really rough couple of weeks. There was a windstorm a few weeks ago, and it knocked him flat, and we thought it was all over, but he seems completely fine. Not dead yet, completely uninhibited. So as you can see, he's continuing to grow and move towards the light, and that's because his root system is still just fine. So yeah, generally they get really tall, like 8 feet. We let this guy, he self-seeded happily into our aisleway last year, and we decided to just let him go so we could show you an example of what a second-year mullein plant looks like. But now he's just a really great example of resilience. And we can't control when life's windstorms hit. We're going to get sick. We're going to get hurt. But if we are rooted in herbal knowledge, then we're not going to be powerless. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be able to take control and continue to grow when life throws its storms at us. And I just love this plant because it's a beautiful example of resilience. And that is what we are trying to do with our Resilient Roots conference coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to be discussing herbs for mental illness, for how to manage respiratory ailments, for leaky gut, autoimmune diseases, chronic inflammation, so that when these things do happen, you have the power and tools to take control of your life and to be resilient and to continue to grow. So I am Jenny from the Homegrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine, and thanks for listening.